going on. I'm telling you. So that was my challenge, not what I thought.
Why does it have to be crazy cats? Why does it have to lie in a pile of crazy cats?
Lazy cats.
Oh, lazy cats. I was like, that sounds
dangerous.
stuff.
No, you wouldn't want to lie in a pile of... Just say, get a broad base.
What did it say? What's
Pull a chick.
It's so pretty here, I can't even begin to tell you. But
I'm looking at a brick wall through my window.
I am looking at, you know the building that they, in Friends, the exterior shot with the fire escape? I'm looking at that. I mean, I don't know if it's literally that one, but I'm basically incented to get on public transport and just see if I feel differently about them. And just see what response I get. And I'm kind of looking forward to this challenge because it might be...
I go back to London to start my second year at uni this week, and that is a really crazy yet really exciting time. Friends being able to go out to the theatre, be with the people who I really like, and basically just feel less isolated and feel less alone from the past 3 months. Having 3 months off is great, but I'm no good when it comes to doing things to pass the time, and so my mental health goes boo, like it would, because we're social animals. So what I'm doing is sorting out all the anorexia recovery books I'm taking with me this year, as well as all the body positivity books that I have on me, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to show you what I'm bringing with me, because this year I want to bring body positivity books with me. I can hopefully keep my mental health in check and just keep it ticking over, and hopefully I'll reach out to one of these books that I have in the hopes of calming myself down. That and yoga. The first one I have is an anorexia recovery book by Janet Treasure, and it's Anorexia Nervosa Recovery Guide for Sufferers, Families and Friends. And this book is basically it's a survival recovery guide on what's going to happen to your body, how you should act with people who have anorexia in terms of family and friends and carers and social workers. This book was the book that my mum bought me in the hopes that maybe I'd recover from my eating disorder. So I was still anorexic at the time, and I read it with no intention of recovering, but it scared me a lot when I read it as an anorexic, and then when I was going through recovery I needed it more than ever because there were things that were going on that I just didn't know about. If you are going through recovery, I definitely would recommend this one. The second books are a trio of books all done by the wonderful Emma Wolf. We've got An Apple a Day by Emma Wolf, The Ministry of Thin by Emma Wolf, and Letting Go by Emma Wolf. And for those of you who don't know, Emma Wolf is a presenter on Woman's Hour. Emma Wolf had an eating disorder, she had anorexia, and she writes these very beautiful books about her ED, on the industry of thin and the diet industry, and about how to love yourself and heal. And these books have all been very beautiful. They are amazing books that I love to read. Pick them up where you can. My mum read these before I did, so she could get an insight, and these are very good, particularly An Apple a Day. If you're an anorexia recoverer or you're anorexic and you read this, you might know that you might pick up on some points that maybe, you know, the traits that you had during your eating disorder. That's very, very good. And this one's just meant to get angry at the industry. This one is All I Know Now by Carrie Hope Fletcher. And I brought this one with me last year to uni just because it has a bit about loving yourself and about your body image. And I thought, if ever I'm going to fall down in terms of mental health and my eating disorder is going to talk to me, I might as well pick it up and have a read about it and see what she has to say on it, because she, like so many other people, says love your body, and you know, because you have only got one body, so let's love it the best way we can and not be at war with it anymore. And the way that she writes is just so wonderful. I love this book. I take it everywhere. So this is coming back again with me to uni Hey! It fell out the cover. And the second one from Carrie Hope Fletcher is her latest novel, All That She Can See. This is one of 2 novels that I'm bringing with me, and the reason why I'm bringing this one with me is because if you've read it, I mean, no, this isn't a spoiler, but in the book, the protagonist, Jenny, but Cherry can see negative feelings, and Carrie Hope Fletcher has this way of writing about them and how they latch onto us and how they want to be a part of us, all our negative emotions, all our positive emotions. And I definitely, in terms of feeling sad or lonely or just mental illness, or my mental illness in general, I definitely feel like it is an embodiment, and I like the way that she describes how emotions can be seen as a physical attribute to ourselves, and I see that a lot with my ED voice. It's a lot smaller and sits on my shoulder. It's not a nice emotion, but it's there. And I think if you can do that with emotions, you can do that with mental illnesses as well. And it's just wonderful that you need the good and the bad in your life, in the emotions, and I love it. So this is coming with me. Another book that I'm bringing with me is the wonderful Megan Jane Crabb's Body Positive Power, or aka Body Posy Panda if you know her on Instagram. This book is amazing. I love the way that Megan writes. Megan writes like a proper Bopo ninja warrior. Oh my god, it is beautiful. This book is coming with me to university. I just need this. She talks about her anorexia and the way that she talks about it and the things that she did with her anorexia and the things that anorexia made her do reminded me of myself. She says that she used to do laps around her house. I still do that. Excessive exercise in the lounge. I used to run laps all the time. I still have that excessive exercise regime at the moment, but it reminded me that yes, that's what I do, and I felt so glad that I'm not alone in this, that actually someone else does this. I'm not the strange recovering anorexic that still runs around. And also her insight into the weight industry and the diet industry is something to be proud of. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a call to arms, ladies and gentlemen. And also her insight into history. If you read this also for history and how like dieting and stuff started, it's really interesting to see how it started. It started way earlier than I imagined, back in the 1800s. And all because women had to be small so they could be easily controlled. Ah, don't you just love patriarchy? And the last book on my list that I'm reading at the moment is Dietland by Sari Walker. I hope that's how you say the name, but this is the book that I am going to be bringing with me. I'm reading a story about Plum Kettle and Jennifer, the mysterious Jennifer. I don't want to give too much away, but I like the fact how Plum Kettle is a fat woman living in New York, and it's her struggles of being a fat woman and how she has to deal with it herself. And I like the fact that our main character is a fat woman, and it's not necessarily a fat woman learning to love herself story. It's, yes, there's a fat woman and having to deal with the pressure of being fat and needing to lose weight to be thin in order to be accepted in society, but it's also all the other things that are happening with Jennifer around, which makes this a very feminist book to read. So if you hate the diet industry and want to smash down the patriarchy, buy this book. It is a very good book, and it is definitely another book that calls you to arms, to arm yourself against what we're told and what we're fed, and don't always take everything in the media or in the industry as gospel. Of course, during the course of my year at uni, as soon as I finish Dietland, another book will be added, and another, and another, and another. And for me, it's very important to have body positive books in my life so I can still be body positive about myself and about who I am, and make myself feel like a more positive and a better person for me. I definitely feel like these books are going to give me the boost that I need to take with me to university. Hey! So the next time we meet each other, I will be in my new room in London with my friends, and I cannot wait to vlog again in London, and hopefully I will do more for you this time, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!